for the presentation of our colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Good evening, and welcome to the class of 2022 graduation ceremony. It sure is good to be back with a big crowd. My name is Russ Heike, and it's a privilege and an honor to serve as one of the assistant principals here at Warren High School. I'd like to welcome our honored guests on the platform and presenting diplomas this evening. First off, Vice President of the Board of Education, Martha Sodatani. Board Member, Giovanna Perez Saab. Board Member, D. Mark Morris. Board Member, Jose Rodriguez. Board Member, Linda Solomon Saldana. Board Member, and Warren graduate class of 1970, Nancy Swenson. Superintendent, Dr. John Garcia. Associate Superintendent, Christina Aragon. Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Roger Brosmer. Assistant Superintendent, Alita Meir. Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Wayne Shannon. Reading the names of our graduates this evening will be Assistant Principals, Franco Garcia, Mark Chavo, Dr. Gladys Velasquez, and Dean of Students, Jenny Maharo. We'd like to make a special thank you to the Warren Choir under the direction of Bob Peterson, the Warren High Concert Band under the direction of Eric Villalobos, and to the teachers, counselors, administration, and staff for all the preparation leading up to this event. I'd like to introduce Assistant Principal Ebony Jordan for the principal's address.
Good evening. Again, welcome to the class of 2022 graduation commencement. My name is Ebony Jordan, and I'm honored to be an assistant principal at Warren High School. I would like to begin tonight's remarks by recognizing our principal, Dr. Carrie White. Unfortunately, she could not be present with us tonight due to COVID. She made it 2 years without testing positive, and unfortunately, it caught up to her on this week, of all weeks. Nothing else would have kept her away, I guarantee you. Dr. White has been an advocate for all students and a champion for all families. Without fail, she has been by our students' sides, holding their hands, giving them comforting hugs, and occasionally yanking them along so that we can get them to this point. So how fitting of our calamitous 4 years that on this, the culminating night toward which she works so tirelessly, she cannot be here by our side. We send her our love and wish her a speedy recovery. Tonight, Dr. White is standing by my side in spirit as I proudly deliver this speech on her behalf. To the class of 2022, on behalf of our administration, faculty, and staff, we are incredibly proud of each and every one of you. Your journey to this point has been tumultuous. You have faced extraordinary challenges and unbearable loss, but you are here tonight. Today is a day of great celebration and triumph. You have earned this moment. Over the course of the last few years, we have seen just how easily life's greatest treasures can be stripped. But nothing can take this accomplishment away from you. In order to truly appreciate the magnitude of this achievement, we need to look back at the class of 22, at what the class of 22 has endured. In March of your sophomore year, life as we knew it changed forever. At that time, we assumed a possible 2-week shutdown. Now is more than 2 years later, and we are still feeling the dramatic effects of the pandemic. Through these tribulations, you learn to cherish every moment because it can all be taken away in an instant. When it seemed like everything was gone, you realized what mattered most: your families and your relationships. To all of our students and families who lost loved ones, our hearts go out to you, and we offer you our most sincere condolences. This year was a return to some semblance of normalcy. In-person instruction, full class sizes, packed hallways without the one-way arrows. You remember those? And finally, the reveal of the other 2/3 of your faces. This year was the return to tradition: dances, assemblies, award ceremonies, and now a full capacity graduation. This year was also the return to spirit: complete sports seasons, in-person choir, band, and drama performances, esports, robotics, and Skills USA competitions, the Cave at Warren, and for that matter, the Cave at Downey, in our 4th consecutive win over the Vikings. Take a moment and just think about that one. The class of 2022 has had a lot of problems, but at least a loss to Downey isn't one. Let's hear it for Warren, California. This school year has given us a lot to celebrate, but this year has been far from the normal and even farther from easy. Every time you thought you had escaped the clutches of the pandemic, you were swept out in testing and contact tracing. A call to V3 was the harbinger of doom, and a room that was meant for security and stability became more aptly known as the Unwellness Center. We continue to face the devastation of loss due to the pandemic. Students and staff alike learn to cope without certainty, without known reprieve, and without loved ones. That ability to cope was put to the test in an unimaginable way when Warren was struck with even more devastation and heartbreak. On March 5th, 2022, Jalen Conish, Dejon Hancox, and Juan Wilson Jr. were in a horrific car accident that tragically took the life of Jalen Conish and left Juan Wilson Jr. in critical condition, continuing to fight for recovery. Jalen had a bright future. He possessed an indomitable work ethic that pushed him to show up every day on time and work hard without excuse or complaint. He was a quiet leader, saying few words but speaking volumes, with his relentless tenacity and dogged determination. Jalen had the ability to make everyone whom he encountered feel special. Many of you refer to Jalen as your best friend. How great it is to know someone who can make everyone feel like a best friend. And he did it with one simple feature: a smile. We ask that everyone please join us in a moment of silence as we offer our condolences, prayers, and love to the Conish family who are here with us tonight. Thank you. Juan Wilson Jr. continues to fight for his life, and I am confident that he will never give up until he wins that fight. If you have ever had the opportunity to watch Juan play under the Friday night lights, then you can respect his speed, his hands, and his ability to run the smoothest of routes. Juan, I know you are here with us tonight in spirit, so listen up, number 3. Your routes are not over. We need you to run one more. We ask that everyone continue to please uplift Juan in your prayers. Just over 2 months after that tragedy struck, our campus received word of 2 more horrific car accidents after prom, involving Brandon Alvarado and Jaden Cooper, who both sustained critical injuries and underwent multiple surgeries. Coop has since returned home and continues to recuperate. He is able to cross the stage tonight with his class of 2022, and we are so grateful. Although Brandon is still in the hospital, he is healing very well. Brandon is going to be able to return home soon, and his resilience will ensure that he has not made his last splash. Again, we urge everyone to keep the Cooper and Alvarado family in your thoughts as they draw upon our strength and courage through the road to recovery ahead. Class of 2022, life has not and will not leave you unscathed. You have witnessed that firsthand. Whether you were directly or indirectly impacted by the accidents, you collectively felt this trauma. You hurt for one another. You grieved for one another. But you also learned how to find strength in one another. Through painting parking spaces, building memorials, hosting vigils, making tribute videos, and creating music, you found a way to release your grief and embrace the love that lingered. You learned that it's okay to not be okay. There was no way to plan for or predict all the ways in which you would be tested. We try to give you the best because we believe that the best is what you deserve. But occasionally, it seemed that life was not giving you its best, other than its best attempts to try to break you. But the class of 2022, you are unbreakable. You are defined by your resilience and your unity. You establish a legacy of unrelenting fight, balanced with heartfelt empathy. And through this, against stacked odds, you accomplish greatness. What is truly inspiring is that you have the potential to do so much more. Take the skills that you have learned through both tragedy and triumph and harness those to strengthen our society that seems to have more problems than solutions. You can create the necessary change within an often stubborn world. Hold steadfast on your convictions while staying loyal in your relationships. Remain humble. You'll be amazed by what you're able to achieve when you don't care who gets the credit. Former First Lady Michelle Obama once said, "There's no magic in achievement. It's really about hard work, choices, and persistence." So continue working hard, make good choices, and stay persistent. You can be the class that makes the decisions that will in turn reduce the moments of silence. There are so many opportunities ahead of you, but for one of our own, the opportunity ahead now resides within each of you. Jalen, who would have been 18 years old today, achieved greatness and left his legacy. So now, class of 2022, we implore you to carry on that legacy by living true to the JCON standards in all of your endeavors. Number one, pursue educational excellence. Find your passion, study it with vigor, and demand brilliance from yourself. Number two, love. Make every person feel heard and special. Make every friend feel like your best friend. Number three, foster a tireless determination. Do not allow obstacles, rejection, or loss to detract you from the pursuit of your goals. Work hard without complaint or excuse. Number four, lead. Set a standard to which you hold yourself and others accountable. Through your example, expect and derive greatness from others. Number five, be both respectable and respectful. Put others' needs before your own. Give to others, in some measure, what you have received. Cherish opportunities to celebrate others. And number six, smile. Find reasons to laugh. Be positive. Live life with joy in your hearts. Class of 2022, if you live by these standards, the JCON standards, you will honor his memory and keep his legacy alive. Your class will forever be known as unbreakable. Live passionately and fearlessly. Leave nothing unsaid. Do not put off until tomorrow what you can do today. We have seen that tomorrow is not promised, and we cannot take our todays for granted. Know that you always have a home and a helping hand at Warren. Last two things. Always wear your seatbelt, and once a bear, always a bear. Congratulations, class of 2022.
And now please welcome the Warren High School Vocal Ensemble, or Warren Singers, performing I Lived. Thank you, Warren Singers. And now to put 4 years in perspective, please welcome class historians Crystal Pardo and Michael Galvan.
Good evening. My name is Crystal Pardo, and for the very last time, I am your ASB president.
And I'm Michael Galvin, your senior class vice president.
We'd like to thank all board members who made it here today and had to sit through yet another graduation. Thank you to all families who are here to support us, the friends who came to cheer us on, the teachers and administrators who after 4 years are finally getting rid of us, and all the counselors and staff who supported us. Most importantly of all, congratulations to the class of 2022.
Many of us couldn't have made it here without those that we have just named, but we have a few honorable mentions to those who helped us make it here today as well. We'd like to thank Quizlet, Socratic, and Slater. You all got us through our toughest times, and we will forever be grateful for you.
All jokes aside, parents, sitting before you are a bright and talented group of graduates. Although we have had 2 years taken away from us, we fought the hardest battle to be here today. We can finally say all those sleepless nights have finally paid off.
Fellow graduates, we ask that you take a second and look at the people around you. Pay attention to how you feel right now and cherish this moment.
As Dr. Seuss once said, sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory.
So class of 2022, before this moment slips away and becomes a memory, give yourself a second to take it all in because you finally did it. After 12 years of the same routine of different schools, new friends, and all different types of classes, we finally made it to this bittersweet moment, our high school graduation.
They were right when they said time flies when you're having fun. So fellow graduates, we ask that you join us as we go back in time 4 years ago to the day our adventure began.
4 years ago, on August 15, 2018, the journey that they call high school finally began. No longer were we the intimidating 8th graders of Stauffer and Griffiths. Instead, we became the confused, obnoxious little freshmen of Warren High School.
And so, when stepping onto campus for the first time, so many questions began swarming into our minds. Will the upperclassmen bully us? How much more homework are we going to have? Are the rumors about the L building true?
Well, we'll let you answer that one on your own.
We all soon learned the importance of turning in our work, but many of us got a bit too preoccupied trying to juggle our sports practices with trying to squeeze in time to do homework.
Sometimes we would even be scrambling during snack or lunch to copy off our friends in order to turn in our homework on time. There have been many iconic moments that I know a lot of us will remember, like our first Link Crew tailgate for our first football game.
But we all know the most memorable for many was when we got a surprise performance by Blueface at homecoming. And we take full credit for making him famous. In fall of 2018, we finally got to experience a rivalry like no other, Downey versus Warren. Downey Dork Day was always a highlight because it brought out our true Warren spirit.
And in October, we marched our way to Downey High School. The entire school united as we cheered for our football team and as we secured our first win. We all knew this win guaranteed bragging rights.
After having a year under our belts, we finally became a bit more comfortable. We knew where some of the classes were, knew some of the older kids on campus, and most importantly, we were not freshmen.
Sophomore year came quicker than we were all expecting. We found ourselves trying to blend in with all the upperclassmen, even though they were still twice our size, and we had looked like we belonged in middle school.
As we returned to school with what we had assumed to be normal, we believed that we had this year in the bag. Little did we know we were going to have less time than we expected. Fortunately, we experienced homecoming once again. The students were hyped, everyone was dressed up to a T, and most importantly, we were having fun.
Just like on November 1st, when Dylan Guerra's pass to Keeson Evans would change the course of our spirits in just 90 seconds.
With our heads held high, our game sent Downey back to the trenches with a Hail Mary pass. This began the second consecutive win against Downey High. Honestly, we just had to remind everybody who the better high school was.
As sophomores, we believed that life was so stressful because we had to manage our academics, our sports, and, well, our quince practices. Looking back, we can say we had it the easiest.
Soon, first semester had flown by, and it was time for the new year.
The numbers 2020 filled vision boards and what people were expecting to be a solace year. As the next couple of months would pass by, we started to see science and history books come to life.
And on Friday, March 13th, what was expected to be a fun break from school turned into one of the most difficult periods of our lives. For some, it was challenging, and for others, it wasn't so bad. Subsequently, it put to the test just how strong we were.
For example, Miss Lords, the only teacher on campus to live through 2 pandemics.
Wait, what about Mr. Fwedmeyer?
No, he retired before he could set that record. In fact, the only thing he set the record for was how many times someone could mention Shakira and J-Lo in one day.
Beyond that, none of us knew how COVID would go on to shape the rest of our high school years.
At last, after 2 gruesome years, we began climbing our way back up to the top of the class hierarchy. We finally made it to our junior year, but there was a slightly unexpected twist. Instead of having to be on campus, going to all 6 classes in one day, we spent the year waking up 5 minutes before our Zooms.
Many of us enjoyed the fact that we could be doing class from bed while being muted and having our cameras off. But this would also contribute to our most awkward moments of junior year.
Like when we would accidentally fall asleep during Mr. Lee's class and wake up 10 minutes later freaking out because he kicked us out of his Zoom class.
Or when we were talking during class completely unaware that our mic was on and the whole class heard everything we were saying.
And maybe one of the most awkward moments of all was when our teachers discovered and tortured us with the excruciating breakout room feature.
This was a year everyone told us was going to be the hardest. Boy, were they right. Although we got to relax and Zoom from home, many of us struggled to find the motivation to do anything. Going to class seemed like an inconvenience, doing homework seemed like a chore, and the chance of social interaction with our peers in person seemed out of reach. But at last, there was a light at the end of the tunnel.
Finally, we got a small taste of what life used to be like. In October of 2020, our school hosted a Halloween drive-in movie night where many of us got to socialize with each other at a safe distance and from the comfort of our cars.
Later on in the year, our sports teams were allowed to participate in matches against nearby schools. If we might add, one of the matches being the 3rd installment to our ongoing streak against Downey.
Finally, in April, we were allowed to go back to school part-time and in person. Although this was a great idea, many of us decided to wait until our senior year to return. And last but not least, our senior year. After being enlightened with the fact that we were going to get to return to school in person, seniors arrived back on campus, unacquainted and excited all at the same time.
When we last saw each other, some guys left school with comb-overs and crutches, but then returned with beards and mullets.
And girls, many left with their baggy t-shirts and side parts, and then returned with curtain bangs and dyed hair.
Although it was bothersome trying to fill out our daily screeners every day and trying to convince Karen that your finger slipped on one of the wrong selections, it was so nice to have the school finally back together.
Being a senior placed a different type of weight on our shoulders this year. Yes, we were still navigating the pandemic, but it would not be the same as any of our other years at this school. What we had been racing to for the past 12 years was finally coming to an end.
From our first sunrise to our last sunset, this year was bittersweet. Not only were we students struggling to return to in-person learning, but so were teachers.
Many of us spent the first semester with our classes empty or had to deal with the effects of contact tracing.
On a different note, senior year wasn't just about dealing with the pandemic or the struggles we were all going through. There were positives as well, starting with the return of Warren High School's football games.
The Cave returned with a vengeance after a year's hiatus and was ready to take down any team in their way. Warren won the San Gabriel Valley League title with a 4-0 record and finished their regular season with a perfect 8-0 record.
I want this to soak in for a second. Our class gets to live with the fact that we beat Downey High School every single year. It has probably been a while since a class of graduates has been able to brag about that.
And now we finally had permission to host our first homecoming dance since we returned to full in-person learning. Breaking normal tradition, we had held our homecoming on campus for the first time in a long time.
Got dressed up,
Took photos with our friends,
and once again, the whole school was finally back together as a family. While it was nice to enjoy the perks of our return, the time finally arrived to apply for college. For most of us out there, this became the time when life was scary and exciting.
Scary because the idea of leaving home, starting the next chapter of your life, and becoming an adult all started to settle in.
Meanwhile, for others, this was finally the opportunity to be one step closer to starting their careers.
Our year was coming to an end, and before we knew it, 2022 started, and things began to pick up faster than ever. It felt like our weeks turned to just the last few hours of high school we had left.
Admission letters soon started to roll in. Most of you guys took this well. For those of you who cried, know our hearts go out to you and that you are not alone.
We understand that the cards life gives out are just the ones we are dealt. Unfortunately for us, that means we have to keep playing even if the odds are not in our favor.
In March, our campus was hit with heavy news, and when we heard it was devastating. We lost the life of Jalen Cornish. For those of you who didn't know him, Jalen was an influential person.
He wasn't just another student. He had an impact on all of our lives. Whether it was on the field or not, he gave it his all. He was dedicated, he was smart, and he was always passionate about his goals.
Jalen left us sooner than expected. However, he left his legacy. Give it your all, even on the bad days. Set goals and see them through. Lead by example, but with a kind heart and a strong head. And finally, live your life and make it meaningful. Jalen was extraordinary and an example to us all as to what achieving your hopes and dreams look like.
Today is Jalen's 18th birthday, and as a gift to him, we believe it is important to take his legacy and find ways we can apply it to our lives. Not only to better ourselves, but to keep him and all his hard work these past 18 years with us for the rest of our lives. Jalen, we all miss you dearly, and today we just know with a heavy heart that you are watching over all of us with your big smile.
These past 4 years have been hard. Every one of us here has either lost somebody close to us or knows someone who has. And we know sitting with that pain isn't easy. But during those exact moments when you feel like you want to just give up, that you must push through and push yourself harder.
You must turn your pain into passion and let your adversity guide you through bumps or bruises along the way. Winston Churchill once said, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts." So, just when you think that your card getting declined at Starbucks is really your last straw, it's not.
But on a serious note, everything you learned up to now matters and will continue to be useful on your daily life. As we enter the next chapter of our lives, remember to stay true to yourself.
Every single one of you here should be extremely proud of yourselves for where you all are today. Remember to stay safe in your next ventures and carry kindness with you every day. It goes a long way.
And with that said, congratulations to the class of 2022, and remember, once a bear, always a bear.
In 2022, we continue to recognize students graduating with a state-weighted grade point average of 4.5 or above as graduates with highest honors. Chosen by his highest honors peers to deliver the farewell address for the class of 22, please welcome Ricardo Ortega.
Good evening, Bears. Our future starts now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not this fall, now. We will leave here tonight with our hopes and dreams at our fingertips. Grab them and never let go. Nobody is better equipped to take on life after high school than us. We entered high school naive and full of and full of wonder, looking forward to rip-roaring pep rallies, school dances, late nights with friends. We were excited to bask in the glory of all aspects of high school, and we did. One event that we might all remember is the iconic Downey-Warren game, where we defeated our rivals 39-35. I'll also never forget Mr. Orlinsky's unique ties and dinosaur suits, and Miss Lord's habits of eating bananas with mustard. But before we got too comfortable here, all that we imagined Warren would be was ripped out from under us on March 13th, 2020. We cheered at the thought of a 2-week break. If only we knew the treacherous journey that lay ahead. Our teenage dream fell apart and was infiltrated by painful Zoom classes, where Zoom bombing imposters hid among us. We had to wear uncomfortable masks and were subject to mind-bending nose swabs. Sports came to a halt. Academics as we knew them were upside down, and a place that felt like home became a ghost town. It became the era of procrastination, where some of us enjoyed a new pace of life, while some of us battled to stay afloat. We lost experiences, our sense of safety, and even people we loved during this time. While the weight of the pandemic and all that came with it was unbearable, we pushed forward, and we didn't let it get us down. We gained new perspectives on what and who truly matters in life. We had to grow up sooner than we anticipated, but we did it. We all started this year hoping it was a change of pace from the previous year, and boy, was it. We were once again able to enjoy the company of our friends within 6 feet of each other. ASB events brought a breath of fresh air, with homecoming last semester, prom this semester, and all these last week fun senior events for us to enjoy. We have learned more about life and loss than most senior classes. Take this knowledge to move forward and do great things. Don't sleep on what's important to you. Make success happen. Now I want to thank my peers for allowing me the honor to give the class of 2022 a farewell speech, or farewell address. Knowing so many talented individuals has given me hope for the future, which might have otherwise seemed uncertain given recent tragic events. I want to thank Downey Unified Principal Dr. Carrie White, our administration and operations teams, our counselors, coaches, and most importantly, our teachers, because without your team effort, we would not be standing here today. Being surrounded by so many inspirational teachers helped me through thick and thin, making me and many others the people they are today. We are closing a chapter of our lives today. We stand tall as we accept this honor, not only for ourselves and our families, but for our peers who couldn't be with us here tonight. We are graduating alongside Jalen Conish, Juan Wilson, and my fellow swim team member, Brandon Alvarado. Let them be in our minds and hearts as we celebrate tonight. Special thanks to the families and friends present today for all your hard work and support throughout the past 4 years. We'll carry our memories and friendships we've made here for years to come, but this is only the beginning. Good luck with your future endeavors, and a quick shout out to Esteban Acosta for being a cool dude. Go Bears!
All right. And now for the most important part of our evening, the presentation of the diplomas for the class of 2022. Counselors, we can move with the first row. Please welcome our Board of Education, Dr. Garcia, and Executive Cabinet members as we hand out diplomas. Ready?
Maybe I'll just go through my phone and ask her to raise her hand, only because they kind of came out backwards.
That tells you how long you've been. 18.
At this time, it gives me great pleasure to announce the graduates with the highest honors of the class of 2022. Irma Guevara.
Dulce Maria Vilchis.
Ryan Diaz Guerrero.
John Franklin Terry III.
Juliana Gomez.
Marcel Xiao Wei Cheng.
Julian Frale.
Brian Jose Silva.
Haz Fragoso.
Catherine Ruiz.
Paulina Fishbach.
Jasmine Rock.
Michael Castillo.
Anay Patel.
Danila Casados.
Adrian Naranjo.
Reagan Cordoza.
Ryan Jacob Leal.
Yash Bagat.
Matthew Francisco Largo.
John Ataya.
Ariana Daphne Largo.
Olivia An.
Ricardo Daniel Ortega.
Now introducing the seal bearers. Crystal Pardo. Daniela Abundis. Alyssa Acosta. Michelle Grace Alcacio. Isaac Arreola. Sakura Ath. Michelle Avila. Leah Avila. Julia Gabriela Ayala. Jaslyn Cabrera. Haley Camacho. Diane Leilani Cruz. Madison Marie Curd. Nicholas Drulis. Ashley Escamilla. Jasmine Esparza. Vanessa Garcia. Giselle Jin. Aidan Gonzalez. Kate Chantel Gonzalez. Michael Alexander Galvan. Jacqueline Gonzalez. Byron Gonzalez. Isabel Guerra. Juan José Guerrero. Karen Gutierrez. Adrian Hernandez. Eden Hernandez. Sofía Jaramillo. Sarah Howdigi. Mariah Diamond Ilara. Jenkins. Leslie Juarez. Madel Lopez. Citlali Maravilla. Edgar Marin. Jessica Ray McLennan. Samantha Medina. Jacob Mejia. Sofia Mira. Jimena Munoz. Alexandra Pierce. Sebastian Ramirez. Chloe Resendez. Vianney Richards. Victoria Rios Quintero. Arseny Mendez. Valerie Rubalcaba. Aaliyah Ruiz. Ariana Cerna. Zayana Serrano. Caitlin Summers. Giselle Valadez. Eliza Valdovinos. Kayla Villanueva.
I am happy to announce the distinguished graduates of the class of 2022. Giselle Isabel Borja. Svetlana Bolanos. Ellen Bermejo. Aiden Bermejo. Itzel Alejandra Benítez. José Mariano Barrera. Francisco Barraza. Cristian Barajas. Saúl Arad Baltazar. David Patrick Avila. Rafael Areola. Anthony Aguilar. Gabriel Alexander Arras. Mia Alvarez. Israel Alvarez. Matthew Areola. Madi Mohammed Asalami. Ethan Airada. Brandon Felipe Altamirano. Alejandra Carolina Alfaro. Abu del Mulak. Clara Abdul del Mulak. Paola Monique Garcia. Gabby Sky Garcia. Ella Brisa Garcia. Elizabeth Gallegos. Vera Pais Domínguez. Eva Noleani de Torres Varela. Halel Malekamu Dereb. Abriana Cuevas Calderón. Antonio Andrés Covarrubias. Isaiah Cortez. Nina Cooper. Leah Chavarin. Valerie Ashley Chaffino. Emir Joshua Carraza. Sofía Isabela Cardenas. Sarah Ashley Campbell. Guadalupe Carolina Camargo. Brianna Rose Busso. Alani Kiara Bravo. Matthew Boyland. Caden Taylor Bolus. Jimenez. Christine Wednesday Jimenez. Kate Lauren Jekyls. Valeria Jimenez. Joe Jr. Irigoyen. Alexis Lisette Valencia Herrera. Melanie Ibria Huaman. Joey Herrera. Nayeli Briel Hernandez. Jocelyn Elizabeth Hernandez. Jocelyn Brianna Hernandez. Frida Hernandez Mendoza. Alana Elizabeth Haney. Alicia Myra Guillen. Taylor Guardado. Shasmin Gould. Melana Kaur Goodlow. Shirley Melody Gonzalez. Liana Gonzalez. Abris Gavilanes Lopez. Caleb alias Maxwell. Alexis Michelle Martinez. Malia Christina Martin. Stephanie Leanne Mares. Rebecca Ruth Mares. Samuel Mayava. Diana Guadalupe Magaña. Crystal Hajing Meng. Alfredo Luque. Jacob Lopez. Jackie Lopez. Emma Faith Lopez. Daniel Samuel Loera. Enrique Llanes. Tabitha Helen Juarez. Axel Jesse Juarez. Alexandra Denise Juarez. Joshua Terrell Johnson. Alexia Jimenez. Esmeralda Leso. Brianna Pineda. Alyssa Povana. Andrea Peralta. Andrea Leanne Patterson. Pratham Patel. Kayla Patel. Omar Ortiz. Tyler Daniel Oviedo. Mercedes Alexandra Padilla. Ibrahim Nicolas Oriola. Faith Unique Newell. Nimsi Murillo. Natalie Moreno. Destiny Jolie Montes. Chastity Montes. Atina Montañez. Jalen Isaiah Miller. Diana Magali Merida. Matthew Patrick Apusaga Melendez. Vidal Adolfo Medina. Nicholas Diego McDaniel. Isabella Nicole Torres. Kelly Bernice Tapia. Sebastian Alessandro Solis. Stacy Cisniega. Albert Mario Sarat Pastor. Alexis Gabriel Santillan. Isabela Nabil Salgado Marquez. Italy Rosas. Eliazar Roldan. Daniel Rojas. Adabel Rodriguez. Tiffany Robles. Diego Rivera. Ashley Carmelita Reyes Saldaña. Giselle Revolorio. Giselle Rangel. Stephanie Eliza Ramirez. Natalie Sofia Ramirez. Adrian Andres Ramirez. Paul Abram Posadas. Fernanda Aide Portocarrero. Isabella Marie Trigueros. Alan Roman Urena. Daniela Saraí Valdovinos. Adam Vasquez. Deyanira Priscilla Vargas. Abigail Angeline Vega. Samantha Evelyn Velasquez. Jocelyn Crystal Velasquez. Angel Villagrana. Ashley Marie Vivanco. Melody Satarain. Bianca Estela Zambrano Godínez.
Okay, there you go, dude. Now I don't have to bug you anymore.
And now presenting the graduates of the class of 2022. Marlene Hernandez. Samuel Lara.
Let's do all the basic skills kids first.
Javier Lopez Ramirez. Samantha Martinez. Daniel Martinez. Candelario Melchor. Nacy Amezcua. Nadia Amezcua. Juan Jose Rios. Antonio Santos. Isaac Emmanuel Williams. Michelle Aceves.
Alejandro Sergio Lopez.
Esteban Acosta.
Marjorie Montserrat Lopez.
Sebastian Aceves.
Oscar Miguel Lopez.
Isabel Acevedo.
Darren Joel Lopez.
Christian Abarca.
Andrew Jacob Lopez.
Melissa Abarca.
Evelyn Sitlali Lopez.
Riley Diaz.
What's up, man? Dylan Londono.
Amy Aguilar.
Angela Delay Lesama.
Jonathan Alatorre.
Ulysses Danielle Lira.
Jeremy Adamson.
Suzette Chavez.
Andrew Acosta Ortiz.
Kayla Janet Rugama.
Jocelyn Anieves.
Eileen Stephanie Marroquin.
Odilia Angulo.
Joshua Mariscal.
Arlene Angeles.
Yareni Manso.
Kayla Andrade.
Tanya Sinai Maciel.
Brian Andrade.
Juliana Belarde Manjarez.
Rosario Nathaniel Anderson.
Kobe Malang.
Giselle Alexa Anaya.
Isabella Victoria Macias.
Joana Guadalupe Amezcua.
Victor Manuel Macias.
Esmeralda Eileen Alvarez Garcia.
Diego Luna.
Yair Alvarez.
Crystal Leilani Lozano.
Alexander Alvarado.
Nashley Elizabeth Lopez Morales.
William Eduardo Alvarado.
Jade Celeste Lopez.
Elias Joshua Alba.
Viviana Lopez.
Anthony Daniel Alonso.
Kevin Yahir Cabrera.
Henry Alejandro Alemán.
Nathan Alexander Lopez.
Christian Gael Alcala.
Jonathan Ethan Lopez.
José Jesús Aguirre.
Olivia Lofton.
Alyssa Sofía Marie Aguirre.
Jorge Antonio Lopez.
Crystal Jeanette Aguilar.
Julius Alexander Lopez.
Diego Aguilar.
Anthony Melgar.
Adrian Alejandro Barbosa.
Nicolas Jacob Mejia.
Alexandria Alicia Baldodano.
Delfina Alyssa Medina.
Noé Balboa.
Jacob Henry Medina.
Mónica Jeanette Baeza.
Anthony Jose Medina.
Jocelyn Ayala.
Angel Medina.
Bianca Avila.
Darian Fernando Medina.
Samantha Marcelina Avila.
Aiden Matthew Medina.
Philip Jr. Arenas.
Jalen Lavette McDaniel.
Alan John Robert Arts.
Diana Inez Martinez Perez.
Donovan Martel Arrington.
JD Marie Martinez Hernandez.
Brandon Nicholas Arredondo.
Carlos Anthony Martinez.
Andrés Antonio Arevalo.
Leah Martinez.
Manuel Archundia.
Brianna Celeste Martinez.
Jorge Araujo.
Khalees Patricia Martinez.
Georgiana Emilia Araujo.
Stephanie Martinez.
Nicholas Arteaga.
Raul Francisco Valencia Martinez.
Adrian Andaya.
David Zachary Martinez.
Fabricio Jesus Arana.
Aaron Matthew Martinez.
Alize Isabella Aquino.
Rafael Martinez.
Alfonso Apodaca.
Angela Elisa Montes Corolla.
Camila Antelo.
Ava Faith Mora.
Sanai Bryce.
Leslie Alyssa Montano.
Owen Nathaniel Boxley.
Daniel Alexander Molinares.
Brandon Wayne Bostan.
Angel Gabriel Miranda.
Aubrey Sky Power.
Guillermo Miramontes.
Abraham Jacinto Borges.
Jennifer Araceli Polanco Pavia.
Sean Christopher Bogner.
Joanna Michelle Lopez Ochoa.
Nicholas Joseph Bodine.
Sabrina Miarillo.
Destiny Danielle Bocanegra.
Matthew Richard Miller.
Lorenzo Jamal Blankenship.
Kazia Michelle.
Aiden Jasim Blanco.
Joseph Hosam Masiha.
Andrew Jacob Bernabe.
Devin Mercado.
Andrew Benitez Torres.
Camila Angelique Madrigal.
Liliana Cristina Bergeron.
Christopher Meneses.
Carla Benedict.
Wait. Daniel Menendez.
Eder Beltrán Rangel.
Michael Nathan Mendoza.
Matthew Nathaniel Bello.
Ismael Mendoza.
Haid Said Becerril.
Karina Mendoza.
Brian Gabriel Biari.
Vanessa Nicole Nunez.
Margarita Anaí Patres.
Kiana Elaine Mendez.
Brian Barron Rodriguez.
Nefi Mendez.
Samantha Parales Chavez.
Saul Nunez Vela.
Alexandra Carrillo.
Marcus Joshua Newman.
Austin David Carrera.
Juan Angel Nunez.
Esteban Alexander Caropresi.
Justin Novavieski.
Chris Carnett.
Esmeralda Noriega.
Adriana Lisbeth Cardona Chavez.
Kayleen Adele Navas.
Karina Yvette Cárdenas.
Salma Noguera.
Nicholas Alejandro Canelo.
Jorge Luis Murillo.
Anthony Canales.
Carlos Rene Murcia.
Miguel Ángel Campos.
Aaron Carlos Munoz.
Luis Campos.
Marshall Moses Munguia.
Josué Campos.
Alyssa Moya.
Eliza Leslie Camacho.
Alejandro Mota.
Ethan Humberto Calvario.
Keith Andre Morgan.
Iris Alejandra Calderón Cruz.
Joshua Morphine.
Isai Leonel Calderón.
Alberto Moreno.
Chloe Julie Cabrales.
Jeremy Alexander Morales.
Ashton Alexander Cabral Lopez.
Enrique S. Morales.
Rocco Caballero.
Abigail Morales.
Amy Byers.
Jasmine Hazel Perez.
Moses Bustamante.
Eric Daniel Perez.
Dominic Bustamante.
Caleb Omar Peralta.
Gary Sang Brooks.
Oscar Daniel Penalosa.
Kyle Chu.
Raylene Isabella Pena.
Priscilla Chavez Gonzalez.
Edmar Yani Pawan.
Aramis Chavez.
Abraham Padilla.
Samantha Nicole Ceseña.
Juliana Edith Padilla.
Anthony Christopher Cervantes.
Ronald Anthony Padilla.
René Cervantes.
Naomi Alice Ortiz.
Dania Celeste Cervantes.
Sylvia Montserrat Orozco.
Zaid Cerrone.
Jesus Manuel Orozco Mercado.
Matthew Cerda.
Peter Fabian Ornelas.
Manuel Anthony Ceballos.
Bruce Alexander Ornelas.
Iliana Ceballos.
Julia Elizabeth Orndorff.
Maya Castro.
Andrew Ojeda.
Philip Arthur Castro.
Jonathan Joel Olmos Solis.
Martín Jesús Castrejón.
Elizabeth Ochoa.
Shelby Castillo.
Destiny Ocampo.
Diego Castillo.
Sebastian Heriberto Nuno.
Madeline Castellanos.
Grace Rosaline Ramirez.
Axel Otoniel Casasola.
Emily Ramirez.
Manuel de Jesús Corona.
David Ramirez.
Vivian Elise Casanola.
Nathan Alfredo Ramirez.
Samantha Carrillo.
Goretti Ramirez.
Julian Jacob Carrillo.
Keith Kalen Quinto.
Jaylene Ivory Carrillo.
Vincent James Quintero.
Delani Cubillo.
Mia Renee Quintero.
Malachi Edward Cox Gonzalez.
Jonathan Quintero.
Daniel Cuadras.
Elia Quintero.
Raúl Ramiro Medina.
Javier Rolando Quijada.
Diani Saray Garcia.
Adrian Genaro Quesada.
Andy Cisneros Jr.
Jocelyn Ponce.
Jose Adrian Cisneros Jr.
Alejandra Polanco Cepeda.
Anne Marie Hernandez.
Carlos Quintanilla Jr.
Miguel Rito Cornejo.
Jacqueline Quiñones Valenzuela.
Sydney Olivia Covarrubias.
Aida Raquel Pineda.
Michelle Contreras.
Alyssa Marie Pineda.
Giselle Correa.
Kenvion Lee Peterson.
Lillian Annabelle Comey.
Isaac Ruben Perez.
Jaden Cooper.
Emily Camille Perez.
Joshua Enrique Coloma.
Aaron James Rodriguez.
Nicholas Matthew Colenzo.
Marisol Mara Rodriguez.
Adán Manuel Corrales.
Daniel Rodriguez.
Matthew Olivera Coloa.
Felipe Rodriguez.
Oscar Cordova.
Salvador Rodriguez.
Ricardo Siriza.
Julian Jose Rodriguez.
Diamond Chantel Diego Lopez.
Emily Jocelyn Rodriguez.
Delilah Leah Dubon.
Fatima Roshin.
Abigail Torta.
David Robles.
Luna Maria Dileo.
Christopher Robles.
Jacob Dueñas.
Satchel Roberson.
Caleb Alexander Diaz.
Abraham Edwin Rivas.
Kayla Duran.
Juan Luis Ricardes.
Nayeli Duran.
Jason Allen Reyes Aleman.
Samarie Alexis Diaz.
Richard Ryan Reyes.
Rigoberto Díaz.
David Nathan Revolorio.
Emily Elizabeth Lawson.
Natalie Patricia Retig.
Charlie Alexander Diaz.
Jocelyn Rebollar.
Ismael Alfred Delgado.
Joseph David Ramirez.
Jacob Alexander Delgadillo.
Aldrin Aaron Hernandez.
Arissa Irie Delgadillo.
Andrés Alberto Rolón.
Yasiru De Silva.
Desiree Annette Rubalcaba.
Daniela Ash De Anda.
Annette Michelle Salas.
Alyssa Ashanti Davis.
Riley Irene Rubio.
Isaac Cuevas.
Sabrina Savannah Salazar.
Elaine Cuevas.
Ali Yusuf Saquez.
Abril Astrid Fernández.
Gabriela Saldana.
Eris Fernández.
Megan Tony Ruacho.
Chloe Felix.
Lizette Saavedra.
David Javier Felix.
Christopher Anibal Sagastume Martinez.
Emily Falcón.
Sergio Arturo Sainz.
Jeffrey Amiri Fajardo.
Kevin Ruiz.
Robert Estrada.
Desiree Cecilia Ramirez Canales.
Natalie Soleil Estrada.
Ryan Rosas.
César Francisco Aros.
Janelle Kayla Rugamas.
Luis Fernando Espinosa Carrillo.
Veronica Romo.
Jasmine Destiny Espinosa.
Roxana Isabella Romo.
Magali Esparza.
Luis Gabriel Roman.
Jimena Escobar.
Audrey Catherine Rojas.
Emily Esparza.
Christian Rojas.
Anthony Joshua Escobedo.
Nancy Olivia Rodriguez.
Dennis Escobar.
Andrew Segoviano.
Brian Enciso Torres.
Justice Angelina Segovia.
Sergio Emanuel Elizararas.
Cohen Matthew Schmidt.
Adriana Elizalde.
Kevin Lawrence Scott.
Jaylene Echegaray.
Melina Guadalupe Santillan.
Leslie Gallo.
Damian Knight Santiago.
Joseph Anthony Gallegos.
Citlali Guadalupe Santiago.
Esteban Maximiliano Gallardo.
Emily Vences Santana.
Anthony Kevin Gadea.
Eric Sandoval.
Eric Ryan Fuller.
Dominic Sanchez.
Matthew Cuevalili.
Karen Fernanda Sanchez.
Nathan Alexander Fuentes.
Nicolas Sanchez.
Luke Alexander Freer.
Megan Solis.
Javier Salvador Frausto Vela.
Amy Carissa Ortega.
Ormaciano Jacob Martín Franco.
Madeline Sanchez.
Amanda Joan Ford.
Maximiliano Sanchez.
Skylar Tonancin Flores.
Esmeralda Sanchez.
Daniel Flores.
Mia Sanchez.
Delaney Flores.
Thomas Gregory Salvatierra.
Carlos Eduardo Flores.
Benjamin Salgado IV.
Julian Anthony Flores.
Adam Mohamed Salah.
Alize Mia Flores.
Julissa Gina Saldana.
Ethan Scott Fisher.
Joey Angel Torres.
Aldo Figueroa Lopez.
Enrique Roman Tarones.
Freddy Vladimir Figueroa.
Michael Allen Teron.
Cameron Carolay Fido.
Nicholas Quentin Teran.
Stephanie Ariel Gates.
Oscar Gabriel Tepaz.
Carolina Garnica.
Juliana Isabella Tepaz.
Jose Junior Caribe.
Emma Raylyn Sullivan.
Cassandra Garcia Sanchez.
Caitlin Chanel Suarez.
Michelle Guadalupe Garcia Camacho.
Saeed Andy Soto.
Oscar Alexander Garcia.
Jasmine Alexis Steele.
Adam Cross Garcia.
Taki Shahid.
Ezra Garcia.
Gerardo Angel Sicaros Jr.
Dulce Esmeralda Garcia.
Alan Giovanni Serafin Villanueva.
Paul Vladimir Gomez.
Daniel Matthew Silva Lezama.
Giselle Garcia.
Maria Soto.
Alex Garcia.
Alyssa Marie Serrano.
David Garcia.
Nadia Alejandra Landeros.
Kenneth Garcia.
Genevieve Saldana.
Alexa Samantha Garcia.
Isabella Trujillo.
Angel Garcia.
Vanessa Segura.
Alonso Garcia.
Adrian Matthew Vallejo.
Jasmine Amanda Garcia.
Juliana Estefany Valle Ramirez.
Jacob Andrew Gomez.
Ryan Ashton Valladares.
Litzy Michelle Hernandez Monge.
Antonella Casi Valencia.
Tommy Derek Gomez.
Genevieve Val Carcel.
Gabriel Andrew Galvan.
Sarah Urrutia.
Destiny Guerra.
Melina Alejandra Trejo.
Joshua Guanzing.
Brandon Allen Treggs.
Diego Gonzalez Lazo.
Joshua Delano Vargas.
Isaac Gonzalez.
Efrain Urzua.
Francisco Gonzalez.
Stephen Villanueva.
Isaiah Daniel Gonzalez.
Michael Toscano.
Gianluca Gonzalez.
Gabriel Alexander Toscano.
Eduardo Gonzalez Jr.
Daniela Menoya.
Darlene Moet Gonzalez.
Isabella Vidales.
Elizabeth Gonzalez.
Dakota Ann Thurber.
David Diego Gonzalez.
Leticia Judith Torres.
Victor Manuel Gonzalez.
David Torres.
Michael Alex Gonzalez.
Ariana Isabella Torres.
Stephanie Vianney Gonzalez.
Sean Torres.
Nathan Gonzalez.
Jonathan Zuniga.
Saúl Efraín Bugarín.
Jacob Vera.
Julian Eladio Gonzalez.
Juan Carlos Cepeda.
Johnny Ismael Gonzalez.
Zachary Celaya.
Andrew Aro.
Candice Elise Zavala.
Richard Anthony Gonzalez.
Eric Zaragoza.
Kevin Gomez.
Peter Sagol.
Arsenius Refat Gali.
Savannah Yanis.
Noemi Herrera.
Leilani Tyra Wong.
Gael Tony Elaine.
Khalil Williams.
Ty Higa.
Ezekiel Michael Gavin Wilcox.
Lauren Marie Hidalgo.
Ivan Kiala Wheaton.
Alexander Hernandez.
Natalie Alyssa Villalobos.
Andrea Michelle Hernandez.
Emily Janice Vidales.
Jerry Hernandez.
David Francisco Ventura.
Jesus Hernandez.
Justin Adrian Venegas.
Dario Nicolás Hernandez.
Itzel Paris Venegas.
Justin Harris.
Edgar Axel Vega.
Dejan Marvel Hancock. Ulises Adrián Guzmán. Janelle Martínez Guzmán. Sergio Daniel Gutiérrez. Oscar Ángel Gutiérrez. Mario Gutiérrez. Isaac Elías Guizar. Lily Myra Guillen. Myra Lorraine Guillen. Levi Josh Guerrero Orellano. Agustín Philip Labrado. Dominic Fitzgerald Comor. Jack Patrick Keitlinger. Maiko Johnson. Jose Manuel Jimenez. Ángel Caleb Jimenez. Joshua Alexander Jimenez. Priscilla Chanel Jara. Isabel Jaregui. Dumarie James. Andrew Thomas Iniguez. Hector Ismael Ibarra. Anthony Dean Ibarra. Caitlin Monique Ibarra. Gervin Danilo Ibarra. Evelyn Celeste Isar. Kiera Patricia Hosang. Sydney L. Hornsby. Barbara Leonela Leon. Trayvon Glenn Hill. Vanessa Herrera Hernández. Erica Lejarda. Alexandra Erlene Lino. Jasir Ahmad Leon. Robert Linares. Dylan Ryan Leach. Hunter Harlston Linden. Raúl Miguel Leiva. Gwyneth Maya Lara. Nazimi Fariema Lara. Leisha Nicole Legaspi.
There are three names that have not yet been called because they are not able to be with us today. We are blessed to have three loving and courageous brothers who are able to accept on their behalf. Our first graduate, Brandon Alvarado, is watching this ceremony from room 210 at Long Beach Memorial Hospital. Yeah, let's let him hear it. He is surrounded by his family, and he is in the excellent care of his nurses and doctors, for whom we are also grateful. His brother, Edson Alvarado, class of 2019, is here to accept Brandon's diploma on his behalf. Our prayers and love are with the entire Alvarado family today and in the months to come. Thank you for coming, Edson. Our second graduate is Juan Wilson Jr., who is watching from room 310 in the Foothill Subacute Pediatric Center, where the doctors and nurses are working so hard to help Juan recover. We know he is under excellent care, and we will continue to cheer on Juan as he makes remarkable progress every week. You're looking good, Juan Wilson. His younger brother, Omari, who is a 9th grader at Warren, is here to accept Juan's diploma on his behalf. Our prayers and love are also with the entire Wilson family today and in the months to come. Our final graduate, Jalen Cornish, who would have turned 18 years old today, is watching from above and smiling over all of us. Since our loss, we have felt Jalen's presence. Since our loss, we have felt Jalen's presence. Since our loss, we have felt Jalen's presence, from 6 runs on the baseball scoreboard to the number 6 stickers on every track athlete's hip to the softball blasted over the fence by number 6 en route to a 6-run victory. We know Jalen's with us. The number 6 will be retired by Warren Football. A reminder that Jalen will continue to be with us today and every day. Jalen's older brother, Javion Conish, class of 2020, crossed this stage one more time to lovingly accept Jalen's diploma on his behalf. To Regina, Jamal, Javion, and the entire Conish family who are with us tonight, right there, we thank you. We thank you for your courage and strength. We thank you for showing us to love through loss. And most importantly, we thank you for sharing your beautiful son, your baby, with our Bear family. We celebrate you and we love you, number 6. Happy birthday and congratulations. We hope you're smiling. And now, what you've all been waiting for. At this time, will the class of 2022 please rise? Mrs. Sotatani, members of the Board of Education, on behalf of Warren High Administration, I certify that these students have met the requirements as prescribed by the state of California and the Board of Education for the Downey Unified School District. I present to you the graduating class of 2022.
Thank you, Mr. Heike. On behalf of the Board of Education of the Downey Unified School District, I am honored to officially accept this Warren High School class of 2022.
Okay, let's start with your tassels on the left, everybody. Tassel check. Class of 2022, you may now move your tassel from the left to the right. Class of 22, you have now officially graduated from Warren High School. Congratulations. Please welcome the Warren Choir to lead us in singing the alma mater one final time as the class of 2022. This will conclude our commencement program, and parents and guests are invited to join the graduates in the reunion area just beyond the stadium. Bleachers after the alma mater. Thank you for celebrating with us. Good night, and please wear your seatbelts.
Proud to be at Warren High. Joy and pleasure never ending. Friendship bounds at Warren High. To Warren High will always be faithful, staunch, and true. Proud to keep our colors flying, Warren gold and blue. We are proud of